In this video, I'll talk about the concept of the revaluation account and I'll tell you everything about the revaluation account. I'll tell you the journal entries about the revaluation account. I'll not be preparing the revaluation account now. I'll be explaining you the concepts of the journal now, and we will do the treatment of the account in the following videos. Now let us talk about the concept of revaluation. The word itself means revaluation or change in the value of assets and liabilities of a firm. So whenever we prepare a revaluation account, certain questions becomes very important, that is when it is prepared and how is it prepared. Now whenever we talk about when it is prepared whenever there is a change in the partnership. It is prepared whenever there is a change in partnership. Now the obvious question will be, when there is a change in partnership. There is a change in partnership under the following cases. Number one, when there is a change in profit sharing ratio, admission of a partner, retirement of a partner, or death of a partner. These are the cases where there is a change in the agreement among the partners and it becomes important that we prepare a revaluation account or past journal entries to show the effect of revaluation. Now the second question which will be asked is, how is it prepared? The next question which is asked is, how is it prepared? Now it is prepared to showcase the change in the value of assets and liabilities, and therefore it just shows you if the value of assets increase or decrease and the value of liability increase or decrease. Now as you know that assets and liabilities are two opposite items, and if there is an increase in the value of asset, whatever the treatment will be, the opposite treatment will be for the increase in liability and vice versa. In simple words, if the value of asset is increasing, we generally record it in the credit side of the revaluation account, and if the value of the liabilities increase, we record in the debit side of the revaluation account. Now I'll explain the concept of revaluation after answering these two questions, that is when and how it is actually prepared, that is by making a journal entry or preparing a ledger account. So in some questions, the question asks you to pass the journals for the revaluation, and some questions they directly ask you to prepare the revaluation account. So here I will take examples, 5 or 6 examples, and explain to you how journal entries will be prepared in case of revaluation. Here I have taken 5 examples and I'll explain to you how the revaluation will be done by the help of journal entries. Please see very carefully the entries. The first entry you can see, land valued at 5 lakh is appreciated by 10%. Appreciation means increase in the value, and I have already said that whenever there is an increase in the value of assets, it should be posted in the credit side of the revaluation account. Whenever there is a decrease in the value of asset, it should be posted in the debit side of the revaluation account, and for liabilities it's just the reverse. That means if the value of liabilities increases, it will be posted in the debit side of the revaluation account, and if the value of liability falls, it will be going to the credit side of the revaluation account. So in the first case you can see the value of asset has increased and therefore it should be posted in the credit side of the revaluation account. But since here I'll be showing you with the help of journals, let us understand the first journal entry, that is what will happen if the value of land increases. So the journal entry will be very simple. The journal entry will be land account debit to revaluation. Land account debit to revaluation account, and you can see the value will be 50,000. Why it will be 50,000? I hope it's very clear. If you calculate 10% of 5 lakh, it will be 50,000. So the journal entry will be land account debit to revaluation account, and you know the narration. The narration is being increase in value of land recorded. The next one you can see furniture worth 60,000 is depreciated by 20%. is just the opposite of the previous entry in which the value of asset has increased. In this case, the value of asset is decreasing. So if the value of asset is decreasing, it will be posted in the debit side of the revaluation account. But since we are showing it with the help of journal entry, the journal entry will be revaluation account debit to furniture, and the amount, please see very carefully over here, 20% of 60,000 will be 12,000. So this is something which has to be understood very carefully. We have taken the first case in which the value of asset has gone up and therefore revaluation account has been credited. And in the second case, the value of asset has gone down, therefore revaluation account has been debited. In the third one, investment is revalued to 1,25,000 from 1 lakh. That means what? That means there is an increase in value. Repeat again. That means there is an increase in the value of investment from 1 lakh to 1,25,000. So where it will go to in the revaluation account? Obviously, it will go to the credit side because there is an increase in the value of asset. And whenever there is an increase in the value of asset, what journal entry we do? We obviously credit the revaluation account and debit the specific asset account. So over here, the journal entry will be investment account debit to revaluation account. Repeat again, investment account debit to revaluation account, and the amount will be 25,000. Here you don't need to calculate it because the question is actually specified. The question is actually specified how much it will be. It has increased from 1 lakh to 1,25,000. Therefore, investment to revaluation 25,000. So with these three entries, I have actually explained to you what will happen if there is a value, there will be an increase in the value of asset, or what will happen if there is a decrease in the value of asset. We have the other two entries. Please see very carefully. Maintain a provision for doubtful debt 5% on debtors, and the value of debtors is given to you as 60,000. Now, if you calculate 5% of 60,000, what should be the amount? The amount will be 3,000. And here, what has happened? The value of debtors has gone down. And as the value of debtors has gone down, I am not writing the journal entry. The journal entry will be revaluation account debit to provision for doubtful debt. You can also write revaluation account debit to debtors. And when you prepare the revaluation account, this will be shown in the debit side of the revaluation account. The next one and the last one over here, you can see bills payable is valued at 6,000 from 8,000. What does it mean? It means that in the balance sheet, the value of bills payable was 8,000, but now it has been revalued to 6,000. There's a decrease in the value of bills payable, and bills payable is a liability. And as there is a decrease in the value, it should go to the credit side of the revaluation account. And the journal entry in this case will be bills payable account debit. And again, bills payable account debit to revaluation account. Why? Because there is a decrease in the value of liability, and I've already explained whenever there is a decrease in the value of liability, it will be posted in the credit side of the revaluation account. So in many sums, you will actually get, due to change of the partnership, due to the admission or due to the retirement, the partners will want the following revaluations to be made, and that will affect the assets and the liabilities, and that can be done by the help of journal entries, which I have just done. I've just taken 5 examples. Now we'll move on with other cases where I'll explain to you the concepts of the revaluation, taking the revaluation account and then preparing the successive account which the question has asked. So in this video, I have explained to you the basic concept of the revaluation account. I have told you why a revaluation account is prepared and how it is prepared and when it is prepared. And I have also explained to you the question in the council generally asks you to prepare either a journal or to make a revaluation account. So read the question very carefully, what the question has asked, and then prepare what has been asked. Keep watching my channel, don't miss any of my lectures, and those who have not yet subscribed my channel, subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any of my lectures.